just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Camille Smith, and I have a returning guest. Neil, you are a blessing because this whole week I was like, God, what am I going to talk about this week?
Right.
And then we were chatting in Instagram. I think you just came to me. You're like, hey, when are we gonna be talking about the I like to call it the FHSA because it's such a tongue twister. And
yes,
it
is.
I'm like, oh my gosh, let's do it.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Neil, for returning. And I also want to say, like, a real thank you because you helped me really keep up this momentum of honoring fathers for Father's Day month, of course, in the month of June. So thank you for joining us and everything. And I know some of the folks are new to this lovely platform, but you know what? Let's just tell them who you are. Just do a little follow-up, you know?
Okay, excellent. Welcome everyone that's joined this wonderful broadcast. My name's Neil Messias. I've been in the financial services industry for 12 years. Anniversary month was May, actually. The May that just passed. So moving on to 13, and people say 13 is an unlucky number. Not for me. 13 is a great
Not
number.
for you.
13 years in the financial services industry, and year by year, there always seems to be different ways. I'm excited to help people and improve their situation. And as the economic forces around us and the economic environment, global, local, as it continues to evolve, because that's just how society is now, things are evolving. I'm excited to share services with people to help them just stay 2 steps ahead. And the topic that we're going to be talking about today is so timely.
Yes.
Extremely timely, like as of 24 hours ago, timely. And, so Camille, you can lead the way, and I'm going to follow on your lead in terms of how we're going to discuss this awesome topic.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I did take notice of what's happening, especially with the housing economy. But actually, I shouldn't even say housing economy, but like Bank of Canada once again hiked the interest rate. I believe it's what now? It went up 0.25%.
Yes, that's right.
So I think it's I think I heard 4.25.
No, 4.75 is a new key lending rate.
4.75. Wow. Yes. So before we even get into this, how do you feel about that? Have you noticed that some of your clients have been experiencing the heat of it?
Yeah, definitely had conversations where just talked to someone, a new person I met recently, where they're up for mortgage renewal. And so this is a conversation that is very dear to them, because they want to know what their options are. And as we're talking to other clients when they're up for mortgage renewal, and it's all about what can I do to help them offset whatever potential increase their mortgage payment may be. So it's definitely a topic that's on a lot of clients' minds that have mortgages. And then for those that are renting,
Mm-hmm.
It's there. This almost like here we go again. They kind of feel the opportunity for home ownership is keeps going further and further away.
Yeah.
However, the topic we're going to talk about today, we're going to kind of help bring that opportunity for home ownership a little bit closer than they think. Uh,
Indeed.
so,
Because and I'm glad we're talking about this because it's gonna relate. Both of them relate
mhm,
because I know some folks that are renewing their mortgages. I guess they're deciding whether they should get fixed rate or
mhm,
variable rate. That's what I just like
right.
shared
Mhm,
below. And oh, it's kind of iffy because I know some people are like, "Oh, I'm going to get the variable and ride it out," and they've been stressing.
mhm,
And then
right.
there's individuals that are renting, and some people have experienced the hike. I my grandma complains about it every year, but hers
Mhm,
is like at a spot where it's actually below the
okay.
marking market value of regular rent. So I'm like,
Okay.
trust me, grandma, you are good
Right.
compared to other
Yep.
folks.
She has no idea. She has no idea.
But it's like I know there's a lot of folks that are scared to get into housing, but finally
Oh,
Canada has heard
yes.
our cries for help
Yes, they have. Yes, they
and
have.
just decided to get a new account, which is what I call is the FHSA, and I will show the full picture of it. But Neil, how do you feel like this is a game changer?
Okay, yeah, and that's exactly what this is. Game changer. You even put that on the screen. Game changer. Game changer. People need to know. Okay, for the individuals who are either they're currently renting,
Yes.
or the individuals that aren't even at the stage of renting, people that maybe
Hmm.
just graduating college and maybe getting jobs because according to the news, the job market is great right now. There's labor shortages are very low. So
Yes.
people be graduating and just getting their first time job and they can have some income. This account really appeals to both groups.
Mm,
Um, so if you're renting, the biggest challenge for people that have been renting is, hey, I have great income, but that
mm,
down payment to get into the home is
yes.
just it's the huge wall that they just can't climb.
Yeah.
That and they have great credit, they have
Hmm.
solid income, but it's that the mortgage all mortgage companies key ask like how much can you put down as
Yes.
qualify for the mortgage. That's still the number one question. So
Mm.
this first time home buyer's savings account.
See, I found it. Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
there you
Wow, look at
go.
that.
Savings account. Well done. Well, you're a pro. You're a pro.
Thank you.
This is giving people the opportunity to
Mhm.
participate in dedicated savings for the
Yes.
strict purpose of purchasing a home.
Hmm.
That's what this account is for. So the government
Yes.
has stated that they will allow individuals to put $8,000 a year
Mm. A year.
into, a year into this account.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean that you have to put in a lump sum of $8,000 or you have to max out the $8,000 in year one, but you can start contributing towards this account because they know everybody's going to be at a different starting point, whether it's from an income perspective,
Hmm.
and you are able to put a lifetime contributions of $40,000 of your own money
Golly.
into this account.
40.
40,000.
40,000.
Yes,
Okay.
$40,000. All right. Now, um, each year though the max you can contribute is 8. So
Yep.
however they want to spread that out, um, that's up to them.
True.
What's important to know though, you will have let's say one let's say you don't do the full 8-year one. You're able to, let's say, max out the previous year's, only one previous year's room of contributions. So next year, let's say year one, you did 1,000.
Yes.
And the next year, you'll still have the 8,000 to contribute plus the 7,000 from the previous year.
So it's similar to like the RSPs and the tax-free savings.
Similar,
Yes.
but the difference is it's not necessarily the room isn't just completely open.
Okay.
So let's say within an RSP, or when people get the notice of assessment, they'll see the total room.
Yes.
They'll be able to kind of make that lump sum contribution.
Okay.
Right. But with this account, remember, you can only contribute 8,000
correct
in a year plus the previous year's room.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So
okay, right. So
understood.
Yeah, so some similarities, but not completely a like
Yeah.
for like scenario for that. So that's why you can spread out what your contributions is.
Yes.
So the key number is you have 15 years to use this account.
Okay.
So that way people don't necessarily have to feel pressured. Okay, year one, I have to hit my 8,000. Okay, so
True.
you can spread it out. Like if you're higher income years, maybe a little bit later. Okay, so then you can kind of back end the major yearly contributions of the 8,000 plus the room from the previous year. Okay.
So 15 years. Okay, that seems doable.
Right.
That seems really doable because so wait. So I'm saying it like this. So when people hear this and think about it, it's a great understanding. So I have $8,000 a year I could contribute.
Yeah, as a max, right?
As a max, up to 40,000 lifetime, and it takes 15 years after I've opened it that I can.
Yes,
that I have.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So after you open it, that's when the clock starts ticking.
Okay. So, is there an age limit? Like, is there?
Great question. So anybody who's 18 years or older, is able to open up this account.
Okay.
All right. Now the year it must go, but by the year you turn 71, that's when this account must be used. Let's say for purchasing the home. Okay.
Okay. So wait, and folks, you have to realize I know this. I'm just asking in a way so you guys will understand. So I can be a youth. I'm not dogging the 18-year-olds. You guys are still youths like that age, but I can open up an account at age 18, but I have 15 years span.
Right.
It's kind of tricky in the first couple years because going to university or college or post-secondary, whichever way you want it. But then after, I get the momentum to put money in. But I have until 71. Well, nope, I have 15 years from when I opened.
Yeah, you're 15 years. So you're bringing up a great point. Is the timing of when you open up the account. You want to have some real intelligent discussions with whatever representatives that you're going to have. It's one thing to get educated about it, but then really find, do you want to time it right?
Yeah.
So if there's certain, let's say, if your income is going to be very fixed, compromised for the next 2 years, let's say if you're in school right now, just finishing up, maybe it may not be the right immediate time just to open it right away.
Unless you have someone that has.
Exactly. So if your parents now are looking at the situation and say, listen, we want you to be able to get into a home.
Yes.
So if there's support from the parents, the
Correct.
account is going to open up in, let's say, in Debbie for, we're going to use a makeup name,
Yeah.
Debbie Morgan's name. So for, if there's a Debbie Morgan that's listening, we're not actually talking about you. We're just talking about a Debbie
Hey,
Morgan.
Debbie.
Okay. So we open up and if Debbie Morgan's parents say, "Hey, we have some extra money and we know
Mhm.
we want to help get you in a home,"
Okay.
you're going to open up this account. It's going to be in your name.
Mm-hmm.
The institution that's going to help be dedicating this money for you, taking the money out of the bank account,
Yes.
they want to know, okay, so Debbie Morgan signed for this. It's coming out of Debbie Morgan's account,
Yes.
and that's what this account is for.
Okay.
If mom and dad are feel strongly about getting into home ownership, want Debbie to get into home ownership, mom and dad can give Debbie the money to make
Mm-hmm.
sure there's money in the account.
Yes.
It's going to be withdrawn and it's going to be contributing at a regular every single month, whatever their contribution were, whether they want to do a lump sum or what
Mm-hmm.
have you. But Debbie Morgan must sign for it. So the conversation, so even they could be an 18-year-old, but if
Yes.
mom and dad said, listen, we want to make sure that they have a good solid start.
Yeah.
This is also a great opportunity for those um, parents right now are currently taking equity out of their homes to kind of give their children a chance.
Mm-hmm.
This is a situation where maybe they don't necessarily have to go that route because
Okay.
if they're already overall planning to commit to
Yes.
supporting their child with
Responsible.
exactly
Yeah.
getting into the home ownership, if they're going to give them the money, it may be more beneficial to give them the money this way. Help because if they even if they earn their part-time job and they assist with the contributions,
Yes.
it's going to be a win-win for everyone involved.
Okay.
Okay.
And I want to also, big up Debbie, the 18
Yes.
year old. But
Mhm.
there's also Susan.
Right. Okay.
I don't know why. I
Right.
just decided to pick Susan. That is age 55 or 56.
Right.
And she wants to get a home as well.
Okay.
And she can open it, but she has till she's 71, which is the 15-year mark,
Right.
to have
To,
um
to make the withdrawal
correct.
to make a purchase for the home. Now,
Exactly.
here's the thing with Susan, and we're
Mm.
getting into another key area.
Sister Susan.
Yes, Sister Susan. Okay. Of so we know the age to open up is minimum is 18. Okay.
Correct.
As a cry of who is eligible to open up this account.
Correct.
The other key thing is you must not have been a home owner.
Mm. Okay. In the previous 4 calendar years.
Current year
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
previous 4 years.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Because that's very important to know.
That's very important and you will not be eligible.
Okay.
The second thing is, let's say someone's in a relationship,
Mm.
they're not married, but they're in a common law relationship with someone that is a homeowner. So let's say Susan is
Sister
is, is
Susan.
so Susan is in a relationship with Derek. They're common law,
Yeah.
and Derek is a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
Susan's and that address is her place of residence.
Yeah. Ah.
Then that disqualifies Susan.
And this is not us giving relationship advice to
No,
go
not
dump
not at all.
Derek.
Not at all. Not at all. This is not about that. This is not about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But you because you do this great. You're also created another thing that we're going to talk about from an eligibility perspective.
Yes.
So let's say you have a couple
Mm-hmm.
who are been renting,
Yes.
never owned for a home their own.
Yeah.
Each of them can open up this account.
True. Yes, that's absolutely true. So then there's, guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's 40 right there. 40.
Well, hold on, but it's 40 plus 40.
Yeah. Yes. 40. Sorry, I should have said 40 each.
Yeah, 40 each. Exactly. It's 40 each that they're looking
Golly.
at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because both people, yeah, they're together, but they never owned a home.
Yes.
So it's game on for them as well.
So those are the eligibilities. So
Right.
you have to be as the age limit is 18.
Right.
You can't be a homeowner in the last for, let's say, to be safe, 5 years. If you haven't
Yes.
been a
Yeah.
homeowner for 5 years,
Right.
you're good to go. Especially common law, both
Right. Yeah.
parties. You have to be a Canadian citizen, of
Yes.
course.
Canadian citizen. That's key.
And the reason why this is a game changer is not only are we able to use this account, but we can also use our RSPs. No?
Yes, and we're going to even back up a little bit
Back up.
as
Hold on.
because the RSPs
I,
actually complements this
I got
because
excited.
no, stay excited because one of the major advantages
Yeah.
of RSPs when people contribute to RSPs that are earning over a certain income bracket when they
Yes.
file their taxes,
Mm-hmm.
then they get to get a refund
Yes.
from the government based on the assumption that they don't owe any taxes.
Wait,
And
I have to correct that saying
yeah,
just a little bit. The
mhm,
RSP contribution helps deduct your
yeah,
taxable income.
yes,
Because I don't
deducted.
want people to come for us, eh?
No, exactly, and thank you for that. Absolutely,
No
thank you for that.
worries.
Yes, it helps deduct the taxable income, and
Yes.
whatever happened is based on their independent situation. So, which
Correct.
is key. So, whatever their independent situation is, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they position themselves, and because obviously they're going to talk to an accountant, and I don't know if they know, but Camille happens to be an accountant, so Camille
So
will kind of help qualify them, see, look at their history to say or what the situation is. But
give
you're
the
going to speak to
guidance.
with the guidance exactly. So, that's a positive outcome if
Mm-hmm.
their situation warrants it. They
Exactly.
contribute to RSPs, and then they get a refund back from the government.
Mm-hmm.
With this account, it works the same way.
Okay.
You contribute towards this first time home buyer savings account,
Mm-hmm. And
and
it deducts.
it deducts your income.
Okay, the taxable income. Okay, okay.
Right? So based on and
Okay.
in addition to that,
Mm-hmm.
so if we go back to the 18-year-old now,
Yes.
and
Debbie.
for Debbie, yes,
Welcome
for
back, Debbie.
Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
So Debbie starts the account in 2023,
Yeah.
and she's working part time, what have you. Not not a huge income she's making, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but she's going to file her taxes.
Yes.
So Debbie will be able to speak to her accountant, Camille, to
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, Camille, this year does it make sense for me to include these deductions in my tax
Mm.
return, or can I defer it to later on when I know I'm going to be even in a higher income potential, so
Mm-hmm.
that I want to increase the chances of me potentially getting a refund." So
I'm
you
glad
have,
you mentioned that.
yeah, so people have the ability to defer when they want to get the refund back.
Correct. And to remind folks when it comes to their RSP contribution, it is like 18% of your earned income from the previous year. So
Right.
there is a like a rule of thumb to be mindful of how much you put in as well,
Hmm.
because I've witnessed people putting more than they should. So
Yes.
yes, doing the deferral is wise as well, but also be mindful of how much money you put into your RSPs or the FHSA, because we don't want to offset all taxes, right? Then you won't
Hmm.
see any benefits in it.
Right. Right. So exactly. Um, and the other, as we kind of look at the differences between the two, the
Yeah.
RSP list, with the RSP option, when people do that, you still have the first 60 days of the following year to make
Mm,
contributions.
yes.
With this account, though, there is no 60 days.
Mm.
First 60. So it's
Some people are
all
gonna love that.
2023 is 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
So it's important that you know that that's that's one a key factor there. Now, as we look at the RSP, as we continue the discussions, is
Mm-hmm.
because the RSP was one of the key things that people like. You had the opportunity to use a first time home buyers plan from your
Correct.
RSP to assist with your down payment. Now, the one thing that people maybe did not realize or forgotten that you do have to pay that back.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and it's not that it's necessarily a bad thing. You got into the home. That's just the reality of it. Okay. With this
Exactly.
account, with the first time home buyer savings account, you
Hmm.
do not have to pay it back.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's okay. So
Okay.
wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Mhm.
hold on, hold on. Hold on. So you're telling me instead of using my RSPs
Mhm.
with where I basically borrow the money from my RSPs where
Mhm.
I gradually have to pay back. I believe it's 15 years
Yeah.
to pay
Right.
back,
Mhm.
um, which is not bad because it's
Right.
interest free. However,
Exactly. Yeah. It is right. Yeah.
with the FHSA, it I just withdraw and
There's
I don't
no
have to pay anything back.
no. There's don't have to pay anything back. There's no taxes on the withdrawals. And then here's the other exciting things
Yes.
with the RSP
Uh huh.
and the FS and the first time home buyer savings account. Okay.
Yes.
Depending on what you need for the down payment, because the
Yes.
goal is to get into the home, the government is allowing you to use both if you want for the down payment.
Okay.
So the wise thing would be, depending on the dynamics, if you could almost use as much as possible from the first time home buyer savings account.
Absolutely.
And then maybe use a minimum possible from the RSP.
Correct. But you
So you
have at least, hold on, I'm getting hype. I'm getting hype. You at
mhm.
least have up to 75,000. If we
From
if we if we think of the lifetime contribution
yes, so yeah, so for
aspect.
right for the first time home buyers, which
Mm-hmm.
is 35.
Hold on, let
Yeah,
me fix
plus
this.
yeah, plus the 40,000 from the RSP. Yes, you do have the $70,000, $75,000 available for that down payment.
I just want to make sure it's correct information
Hmm.
because we don't want people to come for me. So
Absolutely.
if you combine it together, you can use up to 75,000, which is that is where this part comes to show.
Yep.
It's a
But
game
yeah,
changer.
yep. And there's more.
Mm,
There's but wait, there's more.
but
Okay.
there's more.
So people when they started this account,
Yes.
they might have an existing tax-free savings account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So again, you do have the opportunity to use money from your tax-free savings account. You can right now transfer money
Yes.
from your tax-free savings account
Correct.
and your RSP, a certain amount, whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
into this first-time home buyer savings account.
And I love the word that you used, transferred,
Yes.
because folks, and I'm gonna say this because I've seen it. Instead of withdrawing money, especially from your RSP,
Yes.
don't
Yes.
do that. Don't do that.
Yes.
Transfer it because you won't get penalized for being. From what my understanding is,
Hmm.
as long as you transfer from one RSP to the next, you're not penalized.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
the
You're not
same concept with
right.
transferring from there to the FHSA.
Exactly. Now, understand if you had money that was in your RSP, you
Mm-hmm.
transferred it into the FHSA,
Mm-hmm.
that money was already, that was non tax money.
Yes.
So when you're filing your taxes now,
Yes.
do not assume you're gonna get a
Double dip.
yeah.
Ah!
Position yourself
Yes.
to
Yes.
give yourself a chance to reduce your taxable income as correctly identified, and
Where's
which
my
is
cup?
okay. It's just reducing the taxable income. Don't think you're
Yes.
gonna uh, bonus
Try
two
and ting.
scenarios, right? You're not bonusing in two situations, okay?
I'm
But
glad you
remember,
mentioned that too.
the
Yes.
goal is to get into the home.
Correct.
The
That is
goal
the
is to get into the
promise.
home.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Now, at this point, what I also want to bring up
Yes.
is, um, let's say, and some people may be thinking this. Well, what happens if they don't go the route of a home?
So like Sister Susan.
Sister Susan, she was
Mm.
dealing. Her and Derek, there, it just didn't work out. They went
I'm
their
so
separate
sorry,
ways,
Susan.
and so Sister Susan, she's going to do her thing.
Yeah.
She's going to find somewhere to rent. She doesn't want it, just can't, and she's just going to continue renting.
Yes.
She has this money in the account because both of them were going to be. The plan was he was going to use his first time home buyers. He was
Mm.
going to use hers. Those were going to assist with getting the contribution in the room, right?
Exactly. 5 years from now, they're gonna go get the home because they
Right.
were able to get
That
it
was a plan.
together.
Okay.
Mm.
So, all right. So the government says if that doesn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
then you have the right to transfer that money
Yes.
into a tax-free savings account
Oh.
or into an RSP,
Okay.
even if you've maxed out your
Yeah.
room in the RSP or TFSA, you still can put money back into those accounts.
That is very interesting. That one I didn't know.
Yeah.
That one I didn't know. I knew per the possibility of putting it back to your RSP and
Right.
changing into the RIF, but I didn't know about the tax-free saving. Okay. So there is hope for folks.
Yeah.
For the let me rephrase this. There is hope for folks for their retirement,
Right.
even if they're not able to get their first home.
Because at the end of the day,
Mm.
everybody, whether you become a homeowner or not,
Yes,
we need options in our retirement.
absolutely.
So it's not a all or nothing
Mm.
with this money.
Yes, correct. You're absolutely right.
It's not an
Yeah,
all or nothing because
yeah,
you still needed to be in a position to retire. Even if you
absolutely.
got into a home, you
Mm.
still need to be in a position to
To
retire.
retire. Mm-hmm.
So as I, sit down with these clients,
Yeah,
um, in my personal, as I'm having these conversations,
yeah,
if someone's brand new, I'll be, yes, they want to be a homeowner. Yes, we're going to open up this account for you.
yeah.
I'm also going to open up, let's say a tax-free savings account, depending on what their situation, if they're younger, if they're not, if our RSP doesn't make sense. If they have an
Exactly.
RSP, okay, we'll continue on, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
We do not want to divert all of our money just for the down payment home and forget about life in retirement.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
it's okay to do. It's okay to look. We're going to do all areas. All
Yes.
areas will be addressed when I'm sitting down with people, so that yes, if you want to allocate more money towards them, if you know you're dedicated to doing so, okay, we'll do
Mm-hmm.
that, and we'll still keep contributing towards the rest, to other accounts, because either way, we want to you get in the home, and then even as you work and pay off the home,
Mm.
we're going to have your retirement account to look forward to,
Yes.
and that there. So this discipline savings is
Mm-hmm.
really going to be a game changer. Now,
Nice. Yeah.
as we address this word of discipline, if for some
Discipline.
reason life happens,
Mm-hmm.
and even the other, like in my scenario, where I was going to set up other accounts for like emergency fund accounts for other clients just to make sure, because things do come up. But if for some reason you have to get this money out
Mm.
with life issues, yes, you can
Mm.
get access to it. Just
Okay.
understand when you're filing your taxes,
Mm.
that's another document you're going to have to present to Camille
Yes, sir.
as declared income
Yes.
for that current year. Okay. So just understand that would be the consequence.
And I'm glad you're mentioning that because, yes, this year, maybe once, maybe before as well, but this was the first time that I actually seen individuals use RSP, like
Mhm.
withdrew money out before the age of 71, and then having to add that to their income, and they're like, "Why do I have to owe?" I was like, "I mean, you had RSP income, and it the way it works with like earned income and different
Mhm.
other incomes, it makes a difference, right?
Right.
So definitely want to be mindful about the options, because I would always recommend if to have both,
Mhm.
and soon we're going to say three, so have both an RSP and a tax-free savings. And if something was to happen like an emergency, I'd rather you use your tax-free savings
Yes.
than you use your RSP,
Absolutely.
because yeah.
Yeah. And so let's, kind of position the mindset of
Mm.
this account. That's why it kind of makes sense. Like
To have all.
if we set this up, I set this account up for a client, and
Yes.
all of their disposable, after they pay the bills, but it was just going to, and there's no money for life issues account, car
Mm-hmm.
repair. Every car owner knows anytime a car repair is required, it starts at 500 plus, and that's just the parts, and we haven't even concluded what labor is. So it'd be irresponsible to not, let's have another account to deal with life issues, because how, when those unfortunate situations happen, but you say, okay, I'm just going to go to my that account to deal with it,
Yes.
but the eye is still on the prize. I'm still
Exactly.
comfortably contributing towards my home buyer savings account. I'm still contributing my RSPs, whatever. Money is still doing its job.
Yeah. And
Money is
and you
still
know
doing
what? It's less stress on yourself, because I
right.
remember experiencing that. Big up my car, but whoo, golly.
Hmm.
Um, I think about like 5 years ago, I was on vacation and my parents were like, "Hey, your car needs to go to the shop." I'm like, "Really? Right now? Hold on. Let me just go into my other account and send you guys the money." Boom. And I didn't even have to use the money that I had on vacation.
Right.
It actually didn't sweat me at all. Like,
Hmm.
that's the type of life I want folks to have as well. Like,
Exactly.
and I usually call it like the Osh fund, because
Hmm.
shit's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't just. It's we don't want people to think, to be delusional, thinking, okay, you started this account, but life issues are
Oh,
not going to
doesn't
happen
happen.
until you hit the 40,000, and then life issues can happen after that. No, 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 no. Life issues will happen,
If only life was
but
that simple.
that's why we're going to want to have other accounts
Exactly.
available to
Mm-hmm.
address those issues.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
um, you know, in scenarios where, as we want to go back to the contributions,
Yes.
bonuses,
Yeah.
the benefits, sorry, of it, if they happen to be in a situation where you get a refund,
Mm.
now we're gonna talk about two exciting benefits.
Okay, let's hear it.
So one, you get the refund,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that each year you got to put in, let's say, your 8 grand.
See, yes.
But if you get, let's say, a refund of $2,000,
Mm-hmm.
well, why not put that 2,000 into that home buyer savings account, and therefore you're
Exactly.
only responsible for putting in 6,000 this year.
Okay. That's not bad, because you'd able to budget it a little bit better. Um yeah, I'll say better. So you're able to manage having less going in, especially with the lump sum. Lump
Right.
sum. Nice.
Now, and in a scenario, let's say someone already has an RSP and they're contributing to it as an RSP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Use that refund and then
Mm-hmm.
put it into this account again. So yearly, what you have to come up with to put in this account,
Mm-hmm.
the best case would be kind of less each year because you're using the refunds to do some of its job, and then you're because you can only put in. Remember, you can only put in 8 in a year.
Yes.
So if you can only put in 8 for the year and you hit your limit, let's
Yeah.
say in August, okay, that extra money, okay, put it
Mm-hmm.
towards RSPs, put it towards
Yep.
RSPs. You
For the
get your
tax-free
refund
saving.
the
And
next
then,
year, okay. And so almost let's if the government's going to reward you for
yes.
putting money into this account, and anytime reward you for taking care of your retirement,
Mm-hmm.
reward you for in terms of giving you a refund back from for contributing for your first time home buyer savings if you're in that scenario because
Yeah.
you're reducing your taxable income. Only if you're in that scenario, then the mindset use those refunds and put it back into the account. So it's not necessarily you at the end of the
Uh,
day. You didn't have to come up with, let's say, the full 40,000.
exactly. And I
Maybe
want to
you want,
say
yeah.
this. Sorry.
Mm,
Because there's going to be folks who are like, but I want to be outside. I want to enjoy life. But you can also enjoy your retirement as well. And let's think of that concept as you will live to see
yes.
your retirement.
You want options in your retirement. People are living
Yes.
longer, and
Yes.
okay, I don't want to bring things to. I want. We're here to share reality,
Yes.
and I talk to people in different professions. I talked to one of my clients is a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
His wife actually works deals with people that are in position to go to retirement homes, old age
Mm-hmm.
homes at the hospital, and during that transition.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The ideal with people, especially the police officer, where he goes to home and you realize the idea of people having to live off of eating dog food and cat food because they can't afford to do that is a reality. It is real. It's not just something that you hear in the news or what have you. It is real. So this is
Yeah.
why putting money in worst case scenario, okay, you don't get into the home, okay, but
Mm.
you're still giving yourself some money for later on to
Retirement.
deal with life.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And I know it's realistic because an example that I always give is, and I'm not shaming anyone's parents or grandparents. It breaks my heart when I go into Walmart and
Mm-hmm.
see a greeter
Mm-hmm.
because it was there's a possibility that they didn't have enough to like survive like while retired,
Right.
and they had to go back into the workforce, and it's hard. I know it's hard. I've been hearing it. So
Right.
that's one thing that I'm trying to that we
Mm-hmm.
are trying to push and have people secure their retirement because you
Yes.
have the ability. I
Right.
promise you, you have the ability.
Yep. And this is why for parents,
Hmm.
the earlier you kind of get your kids buying in to even if they can put because uh from it's $25 is required the
Yes.
minimum depending on who you go to, but for my
Hmm.
client $25 a minute to open up this account. And in
Okay.
terms of locations,
Yes.
I know banks are offering this.
Yes.
There may
Yes.
be other independent companies that you may see on TV that may
Hmm.
be doing offerings. So there's going to be different professionals in financial institutions that can
Yeah.
offer this account. Okay,
Perfect one. Financial
there's
institutions
there's
can.
different financial institutions that can offer this account.
Not Sister Susan's
Right, exactly.
uncle.
Yeah, there's multiple locations where you can do it, but
Yeah.
here's what happened when when the tax-free savings account got introduced.
Hmm.
People got the perception that, well,
Say it.
if I open up a TFSA with this institution, and then
Hmm.
open up a TFSA over there, and I open
Yeah.
up this one, and here, my money's diversified. No, it's not. With this account, you can, if you over contribute, because you can have more than one account.
Correct.
However, if you over contribute, you will be penalized.
Mm-hmm. And the
So,
government love to do that. Trust me.
so it's really in your best interest to have it at one location.
Mhm. Now my question is, darn it, don't let it slip, Cam. Don't let it slip. What kind of stuff can you put in the FHSA? And when I mean stuff, when you said tax-free savings account, I
Mhm.
know a lot of folks had the understanding that was only cash that you put in, but there's way more things we can put in.
Yes, yes. That might be, this could be even a separate podcast altogether.
Yes,
That
true, true,
subject.
true. Because
That yeah, because that's okay. I'll be speaking to you on this subject. Um,
yes,
it's for me. I
mm-hmm.
know I can put my investment clients' money into mutual
Yes,
funds.
okay,
Mutual funds give your money a greater opportunity to grow.
mm-hmm.
This account isn't necessary for someone who's been trying to get in a home, but it's they don't have the patience. They're trying to get in a home in like 2 months. This isn't the account for them. If they're just waiting for the right deal, what have you. There's no, because they don't have that time horizon to benefit from it.
Yes.
So
So, so basically, what I hear is you have the option of putting cash, mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, bonds, GICs, and all that good stuff.
right,
But please be mindful of your time horizon
right.
of when you want to get a house.
Yes,
Does
that's
yes.
huge. Please be mindful of where you want to get that house.
Mm-hmm.
It's, which is really how it's going to sit yourself. Because remember, you want the down payment,
Yes.
and the prices of homes really going to influence how long you're going to have to wait, depending on what type of starter home you want. Because even the floor on starter homes, right? So again, this is for
Price
those
gone up.
that want to, you know, the time horizon and what you're interested in
Mm-hmm.
is going to influence how long you'll be willing to wait.
Well, then here's my question, because
Mhm.
I love the rule of 72. Is
Awesome.
there a way to strategize with that? Because I feel
Fantastic.
like we
Fantastic.
have
Yes, there
something.
is. And that's kind of something that why I'm very excited to do this, because I know if a client they're going to commit to, we say the 40,000 is a maximum, but remember, this is
Mhm.
all individual.
Yes.
Somebody might have already been saving,
Yes.
and they may not necessarily need the full 40 to get them to where they want to be to qualify for the down payment.
Okay.
Somebody may need just 20, somebody may need 25, somebody may need 30. Everybody's situation is going to be different,
Absolutely.
right? It's all about getting that qualifying for um, that mortgage, that
Mm-hmm.
if you can put that full 20% down,
Yes.
you save on a lot of closing costs.
True. True.
Because if you don't put the 24, you put a 5%, then you have to get in greater mortgage borrowing costs.
Yes.
So
True.
if this account can be used to give yourself the best mortgage possible, so you
Mm-hmm.
can sleep comfortably at night, not just squeak in, not just save enough so you can just squeak in, because right now, let's say people who just got a mortgage and they just squeaked in, Bank of Canada just raised the rates and they're on variable. So that means
Ah.
you didn't have enough to maybe absorb a rate interest hike. So this is
Yes.
about getting that mortgage down point, yet you're solid. If you're comfortable with variable, great, but go into it with a variable rate, knowing that you can absorb if there's an increase.
Yes. Yes. And I think we
Yeah,
have the rule of 72
absolutely. Yeah,
just to
if you can bring that
show.
up,
Yeah.
which is really why
Absolutely.
I'm excited to
I'm just gonna
discuss
do
this.
this. You do your thing.
Okay, so if what this chart is really showing, this is something that for some reason I just don't get it. The financial industry has kind of made this concept a secret. Really shouldn't be something we should have learned in like
It's
elementary school. I'm talking like
right.
grade 5. I'd even push it to grade 4, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whatever rate of return you're getting on your money, if you
Yeah.
divide it by 72,
Okay.
that's going to let you know how fast your money is going to double.
Okay.
So in this chart, if someone said, okay, I got $10,000 to invest,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever institution that you went to, they said, okay, well, we can put in, something. Are you conservative? Are you safe? You want something stable? Sure, I'll 3%. Okay, you take 3%. It's better than zero. All right. Well, here's what this really means: 72 divided by 3% rate of return. If that's what you get, your
Mm,
money is going to take 24 years to double,
golly.
and then another 24 years to double to 40,000.
Okay.
So when when I'll be opening up this account for our clients, I'll be investing in mutual funds
Mm-hmm.
that will have a track record of averaging anywhere between 6 to 12%.
Okay.
So here's why that's important: because if you're getting a 6% rate of return,
Mm-hmm.
your money is going to double in 12 years. If you happen to get a 12% rate of return, your money will double in 6.
Of course.
Now, when it comes to mutual funds and the stock market, what have you, 12%
Mm-hmm.
every single year, that's not reasonable. But there's been years where um, my clients'
Hey.
money has even exceeded that. But if even you get a great year where it goes up to, let's say, 13 one year and it drops down to 5, that's still
Yes.
better than kind of getting 3 every single year.
Absolutely.
So that's the sweet spot. So you're looking at this account and you got 15 years to kind of get some compounding growth.
Mm.
Um, you go back to the 18-year-old
Oh.
that, or,
Debbie.
Debbie that has the buy-in from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if they have the support, they're going to make this work. 15 years, that's a decent time to kind of
Yeah.
allow compound interest to increase.
So it's like around here. So I
Right.
want folks to imagine instead of this being 10,000, because I think you can see me doing this, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Instead of it being 10,000, imagine if it was 20,000 or 30,000 or 40.
Hmm.
You'll be able to be comfortable knowing that it's going to be every 6 years, it's going to double.
Right.
That's ooh, especially if you're in no hurry to get a house because you have at least 15 years, but the no price gone up and everything, the price goes up crazy. um you know that you'll be able to have a good cushion with the
Hmm.
down payment, and that's really crucial, right?
Right. And let's address the 15 years because something just occurred to me.
Yes.
15 years comes,
Mm.
and okay, so you don't use it. You're not in a position to put in a home. You still get to transfer it to a TFSA that has mutual funds, and it can still to grow any. It still can grow more,
Let me
and
calculate
then
for Debbie.
right, and then you can still use that same lump sum of money. You can withdraw it from your TFSA for a down payment.
Golly.
So it's still we looked at
The
any way you
angles.
could, it's still you can come out as a winner.
Again, it is a
A game
game
changer.
changer.
A game changer.
Golly, Neil, I'm so happy that you we discussed this because I think a lot of folks are still not aware about it, but I
Hmm.
know you're able to find be able to get it with folks, and I know there's other financial institutes. I spoke to like the big bank folks, and they said it
Hmm.
might take a while, like by
Right.
the end of the year. But there's you, there's
Right.
Questrade, and there's that's the only one I've seen. The
Mhm.
between you and Questrade, they've said, "Oh, we locked and ready to go.
Yep, let's game on. Let's get it going, because here's the biggest thing, folks.
Yes.
Compound interest is undefeated.
Undefeated.
Compound interest is undefeated. So officially next week,
Yes.
I'll be having my first couple clients on board. I've had some appointments already for even next month to talk to the other parents about this for their kids. And some parents being straight up said, listen, once my child's, they got some, they're able to earn some money.
Yeah.
They are out. So, so look, if you feel that the relationship between your child is a little, tenuous at times, and as a child, if you're living in a home where you're just not really excited with the structure of rules or what have you, and you're searching for your freedom, well, here's your opportunity to help finance that freedom.
But I also want to say something about that. And I'm going to ask one question. Are these people part of our community, per se, that said that? No?
No. Not
wow,
at all.
Because I was about to say, Sister
no.
Susan, we cannot kick out.
No.
Our
it was not. It was not a part of our community. Okay, and they're like, look, because they want them to kind of get that in. And this is obviously
get it.
Like the hope based on it. If you without this tool, available, the only thing you can increase your income and try to save.
Yeah.
And to get your income, who's going to pay you enough to be able to earn the down payment?
Exactly.
So if you're committed to work,
yes,
and give yourself a committed income, and you're committed to be disciplined,
yes,
this account is the game changer.
I'm gonna put it again.
It is the game changer. And the same way, like our parents, they saved. Went to the mortgage workers to try to get a mortgage and got in. It can be the same way again. We can't get the home prices from 1989. Those are gone. Let it go. It is what it is.
That is not a game changer.
What we have to accept, we must take advantage of the tools that are available to make it a reality again. Because the reality is, people that are renting are paying equivalent to what mortgage payments are. True. So it's not a real stretch in terms of what they're going to have to pay to live somewhere. And that's for basement apartments or for homes.
Yeah.
So the missing ingredient is the down payment. And that's what this is for. Because people have the income to pay what they're paying for rent. They have the credit.
Most.
Exactly.
Yes.
They have the credit. So if you're a couple together, okay.
Let's figure out a plan. So Neil, how can they contact you? And wait, before, because I always have this question, but I know you've been on before. What is one thing you wish you knew when you were younger, or one like something with this aspect? What's one thing you wish you would have been able to conquer? I'll say conquer.
I really would have been just saving and just having my money invested earlier, and just keep putting it away. Just keep putting it away. Longer. True. When I did get my home, we did use money from first-time home buyers, but I didn't really believe it beyond that.
Okay.
As consistent with investing, stay with investing, just stay with it, right? So that would be the one thing. If it could change, I would have changed. But
absolutely.
Now I get to share this with other children's parents and their children. We're kind of in the no excuse generation now, and
that's true.
It's time to share the truth and people to act on what we know, what's available.
I love it, Neil. And how can the folks get a hold of you? I'm gonna put it in the chat and the show notes and everything. But I'm really utilizing this banner. It's really awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. It's amazing. I'm impressed. I've been on this first platform. It is awesome.
It's cool. Trust me, love it.
So they can get in touch with me. Phone number directly. My phone number is 416-580-0007.
Look at that, guys. So nice and easy.
Absolutely. Or you can follow me on Instagram. Just search my name that's on screen, Neil Messias. Facebook, same Neil Messias. And yeah, you'll reach out to me, message me, and we'll sit down and talk. And these conversations, we can have it on Zoom or whatever platform this is. What platform is this called again?
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Yes, StreamYard,
So
the good yard.
the conversations could be virtual or in person. I think if there's parents could be involved, good face-to-face, old-fashioned discussion so that everybody buys in is what's that's beneficial. But I'm flexible either way.
I'm glad you're flexible, and we've been seeing each other very often. I know
Yes,
we're
we
gonna
have.
be linking up again. We have something September 20th, I believe.
Yeah.
What did he say? There's early bird tickets, so
Yes.
make sure you get your early bird tickets.
Yes,
I will
absolutely.
put it in the chat because I don't remember at this very moment, but I will have it there. And just if you want to see amazing folks like us, beautiful, handsome folks like us,
Absolutely.
we're going to be there, and we're going to be spreading the word of financial literacy. Okay?
Absolutely.
And Neil, is there anything you'd like to tell the folks before we head out?
Hey, we know the opportunity is you get to contribute your 40. I get to help your 40 grow more than what you're contributing. And so if you want to explore to see how that can happen, please reach out, and we're willing to have those conversations with you. But this account can make home ownership a reality, and it really keys in on some disciplined savings, and it can happen. It can happen, folks. Home ownership can happen.
And again, it is a game changer. Thank you, Neil, so much. Honestly, I want to say happy early Father's Day.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Big up all the fathers, them, especially the active ones,
Yes,
and the ones that are there, and also helping create generational wealth.
Yes,
because that is key for our families and all that good stuff. Is there anything else you want to say before I let us go?
And I think we've said it all. We've said it all. Reach out to me, 416-580-0007. Let's have a conversation. Let's discuss your options.
Yes.
We can be the difference. Okay. And thank you, Camille, for hosting. This is awesome,
folks. And once again, another great episode. And make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, and all that good stuff. All right. Until next time. And we are out.
Financial literacy, knowledge is a must. So link the flip boss, watch the result flash, and watch your life change and for a better cause. You have a business or a plan and want to make it. Yeah, flip and floss, are they want to manifest it. Yeah, and if you want to better manage all your credit, call the boss, flip and floss. No doubt, then we do it. Yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, boots up your knowledge for a minimal cost. Hey, yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, up your knowledge for a minimal cost.